Jay, your career will fail if you keep working late. Remember that mastering only one talent at work puts you at risk of irrelevance. In Barry White's velvety voice and passionate ballads, life's unforeseen dramas and closely kept family secrets were hidden. Only recently have his children confirmed long-standing rumors that tarnished their father's legacy. Before we can understand these insights, we must look back at Barry White's formative years. Barry Eugene Carter, born in Galveston, Texas, on September 12, 1944, had an unconventional family. His parents, Melvin A. White and Sadie Marie Carter, never married. Therefore, Barry's mother gave him her surname at first, but he eventually took his father's. Barry was the older sibling in Watts, South Central Los Angeles, with his brother Daryl 13 months younger. Barry was raised on classical music by his mother. Barry became passionate about music and taught himself piano to play the melodies he heard. Barry was 11 when rumors surfaced that he had contributed to Jesse Belvin's 1956 hit, Goodnight My Love. In a 1995 Boston Herald interview, Barry dismissed these allegations as embellishments by eager journalists. Barry and Belvin lived in the same area, but their age difference made a musical cooperation unlikely. He attended Jacob A. Riis High School, a boys' school, where he confronted adolescent issues. During these crucial years, his voice dropped suddenly, turning the adolescent squeak into the unique, sonorous timbre that would define his career. Barry and his mother were astonished by this sudden change, ending his boyhood and setting the foundation for his musical career. However, Barry faced obstacles. At 16, he was imprisoned for stealing $30,000 in Cadillac tires, worth approximately $310,000 today. In prison, he gained insight and inspiration that changed his life and profession. As we learn more about Barry White, we discover the intricacies and obstacles that molded the man and the iconic voice that continues to echo throughout music history. Barry White changed when Elvis Presley's heartfelt "It's Now or Never" played on the radio. This was no ordinary song. It was a clarion cry that changed his life and sent him on a path related to the music industry. He later said this realization started his music career. Another significant event occurred on his 18th birthday, which marked the start of his senior year in high school. Instead of returning to school, Barry was drawn to Hollywood. In a rebellious and dreamy mood, he skipped school that day and headed for the music industry. He spent hours watching the chaotic scene outside Capitol Records' famous offices across the street. The scene's energy and vitality attracted him, and the entertainment industry's dynamism solidified his commitment to make it his own. Barry White persisted despite his lack of music notation skills. His prison sentence ignited a tremendous ambition to leave gang life for a brighter, more melodic future. The decision to leave his old ways behind was the foundation of his new life after release. A friend's modest but life-changing request to join a band as a bass singer followed. Barry agreed, launching a legendary music career. He made his professional music debut in 1960 with The Upfronts, releasing Too Far to Turn Around in 1960. The Atlantics and the Majestics collaborated with Barry on his own singles. He had many failures despite his brilliance and profundity on each song due to the music industry's fickleness. However, his dedication and talent led to his breakthrough. Barry White's unwavering pursuit of musical excellence, driven by his belief that his voice could move hearts and cross boundaries, made him a legend in soul and rhythm and blues music, proving that persistence can create paths where none existed. Barry White plunged into the eclectic, demanding soundtrack of Los Angeles' music scene. Barry's sharp ear and growing talent helped him make his imprint on the city's musical experimentation. He worked with a variety of small indie companies, perfecting his art and learning the music business. This phase was about carefully cultivating his musical individuality, not rapid success. By 1965, Barry's efforts paid off. He produced Feel All Right by the Bel Cantos, one of his first major hits. The following year, 1966, was crucial to his career. As Lee Barry, he published his debut album, Man Ain't Nothin', I Don't Need It. This song was a declaration of his growing talent and preparedness to enter the music industry. Barry was more than a performer or producer. He excelled as a lyricist, session musician, and arranger, each giving him a different perspective on music. Bob Keane of Delphi Records helped him expand his skills in the mid-60s. Barry oversaw artist management and music production for Viola Wills and the Bobby Fuller 4 as an AOANDR for Keane's New Bronco Records. Barry White's early work with Felice Taylor was a highlight. Barry co-wrote and arranged several songs for Taylor with his friend Paul Politi, including I Feel Love Comin' On, which became a UK hit and solidified Barry's reputation as a music maker. Barry White's music career was shaped by his early singles. Each project, collaboration, and late-night studio session deepened his musical expertise and solidified his place as a soul and R&B legend. Barry White's ability to create chart-topping successes for others showcased his talent as a producer and arranger and created the groundwork for his music career. As the 1960s ended, Barry's career rose. He signed with Forward Records in 1969 and became a major producer while juggling other music projects that showed his versatility and drive. Barry divorced his first wife, Mary, whom he married aged 19. His divorce was a difficult emotional time, but it corresponded with his professional accomplishment, showing the contradictory relationship between personal struggle and career success. Barry White faced a major breakthrough in the new decade. Early 1970 offered a new chapter that would solidify his music career. This period was marked by great creativity, culminating in a 1972 career-defining moment. This year, Barry discovered and produced Love Unlimited, a girl group that would soon become popular. Love Unlimited was more than a vocal group. It was a vision designed to emulate the Supremes' beautiful vocal harmonies and polished stage presence. Barry White's future wife, Glodine James, her sister Linda James, and their cousin Diane Taylor were present. The trio worked hard for 2 years under Barry's direction to perfect their talents and chemistry, which led to their success. When they signed with Uni Records, they began a professional partnership that would launch Love Unlimited and solidify Barry White's artistic genius. This period was a turning point in Barry's career and a tribute to his ability to guide and lead new artists to financial and critical success, cementing his position as a soul and R&B music pioneer. Barry White's friend Paul Politi's threads were important to his success. Politi connected Barry to Larry Nunez, a businessman who transformed Barry's music career. Nunez saw Barry's raw potential and innovative spirit and financed Love Unlimited's debut album. From a girl's point of view, we give to you Love Unlimited. This strategic partnership kicked off a promising alliance that would propel Barry White from the studio shadows to the spotlight. With Nunez's help, Barry produced, composed, and orchestrated Love Unlimited's breakout soul anthem, Walkin' in the Rain with the One I Love. This song was a sonic masterpiece that captured romance and longing in soulful melodies that resonated with audiences nationwide. The song reached number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100. 7 on the Cashbox Top 100, and 6 on the Billboard R&B chart. It reached number 14 in the UK singles chart and was Barry's first million-selling record as a writer and producer. Walkin' in the Rain with the One I Love won a gold disc from the RIAA in July 1972, proving its popularity and Barry's musical ability. This award confirmed Barry White's music business status and demonstrated his ability to move various audiences. However, stardom rarely comes easily. Barry struggled with Uni Records after this incredible feat as internal backing shifted. Barry had a less supportive environment after Uni ally Russ Regan left for 20th Century Records. Barry White, as always, converted this impediment into an opportunity. Barry used his resourcefulness and resilience to convert his production deal and Love Unlimited's contract to 20th Century Records, assuring his musical career would continue and prosper in new and promising ways. This deliberate move set the stage for future success and solidified Barry White's status as a musical force, demonstrating his skill in music production and industry politics. These struggles and successes established Barry White's status as a soul and love ballad pioneer, laying the path for a career that would influence generations of artists and fans. The strategic move to 20th Century Records gave Barry White a platform to continue and develop his career. Under Barry's expert guidance, Love Unlimited released Under the Influence of Love Unlimited. The album reached number 3 on the Billboard Pop Albums chart, making them the first female group to do so since Diana Ross and the Supremes 3 years earlier. The CD included Barry and Paul Peliti's 1966 song, It May Be Winter Outside, But in My Heart It's Spring, which was written for Felice Taylor. The song's enduring appeal and global lyrics led to its UK singles chart revival in early 1975, reaching number 11. Love Unlimited's 1975 hit, I Belong to You, which topped the soul singles chart and reached number 27 on the Billboard Hot 100. This track, a highlight of their third album, In Heat, was accompanied by a vocal performance of Love's Theme, bringing lush, passionate melody to the album. Love Unlimited scored success after hit throughout the decade, cementing Barry White's music business pioneer status. He increased his impact in 1973 by founding the Love Unlimited Orchestra, a 40-piece symphonic orchestra originally formed to assist Love Unlimited but later gaining fame. Barry wanted more than vocal tracks. He entered instrumental music with Love's Theme, combining symphonic grandeur with his deep undercurrents. This song topped the Billboard pop charts and defined the era, putting Barry and the orchestra up for a year of unprecedented triumph. This run of successes showed Barry White's ability to combine symphonic sophistication with soul music's raw intensity, creating a sound that transcended genres. His passion to musical invention and boundary pushing made him a sound architect, whose influence echoed across the music business and beyond. Barry White led the Love Unlimited Orchestra to create a majestic and intimate soundscape that blended soul and symphony on a series of CDs. Rhapsody in White was a key work, featuring Satin Soul, Forever in Love, and Midnight Groove. These pieces represented Barry's luxurious symphonic sound. Barry's live performances were unforgettable due to the orchestra's lush orchestral backdrop. Even after the symphony stopped making albums in 1983, Barry White's solo career was booming in the 1970s. Barry was reluctant to take the spotlight. Therefore, he planned to make noises and careers. He meant to produce music for another artist, unaware that his voice would define decades. After recording demos, his close friend and confidant Larry Nunez saw Barry's deep, velvety vocals' strength and attractiveness. Nunez believed Barry was the only singer who could give these songs justice, which led to his 1973 solo debut, I've Got So Much to Give. This debut album revealed a deeper, more mysterious voice like the ocean. It featured Barry's breakout smash, I'm Gonna Love You Just a Little More Baby, which topped the Billboard R&B charts and the mainstream charts, demonstrating his broad appeal. Fans loved Barry's sensuous foundation and sensitive lyrics, confirming his musical identity. Barry continues to win over listeners with popular singles. Barry's Never Never Gonna Give You Up and Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Babe enhanced his discography and showcased his unique blend of symphonic sophistication and genuine emotion. In addition to becoming hits, these songs were love anthems that transcended R&B and pop music, demonstrating Barry White's ability to write timeless and inventive compositions. His deep voice, massive size, and attractive stage appearance won him the UK and US nicknames The Walrus of Love and Dr. Love. He became famous abroad with UK top 10 tunes, including You're the First, The Last, My Everything. Barry left 20th Century Records in 1979 to form Unlimited Gold with CBS Columbia Records. The 1980s were tough. Barry unable to repeat his success as disco declined. Only a few singles, like Change, became popular despite several albums. He disbanded Unlimited Gold in 1983 due to financial pressure to travel. After signing with AANDM Records in 1987, Barry released The Right Night and Barry White, which included the number 17 R&B hit Show You Right. His 1989 album, The Man Is Back, included top 40 hits, including Super Lover and When Will I See You Again, Last Works. Barry's popularity revived in the 1990s due to 1970s nostalgia. His 1989 collaboration with Quincy Jones on The Secret Garden, Sweet Seduction Suite, revived his music. His 1991 album, Put Me in Your Mix, peaked at number 8 on the Billboard R&B Albums chart, and the title song peaked at number 2. Barry's 1994 R&B album, The Icon Is Love, topped the charts. He scored his first R&B number 1 in nearly 20 years with Practice What You Preach. His Grammy nomination for Best R&B Album was lost to TLC's Crazy Sexy Cool. Barry recorded In Your Wildest Dreams with Tina Turner in 1996. He and Chris Rock collaborated on Basketball Jones, a cover of Cheech and Chong's 1973 hit for Space Jam that year. The title single from Barry's 1999 final album, Staying Power, reached number 45 on Billboard R&B. He won Grammys for Best Male R&B Vocal Performance and Best Traditional R&B Vocal Performance with this album. Fans can learn about his life and work from his 1999 book, Love Unlimited, co-written with Mark Elliott. Barry White occasionally did acting and voiceover. He played Brother Bear in Coonskin, 1975, and starred in Prodigy, Good Season Salad Dressing, and Oldsmobile ads. He voiced Arby's and Apple's initial iBook ads. Barry guest appeared on Ally McBeal, where his music was used in dream sequences and Marriage and Divorce. Barry White has love and heartache after his successful career. Even though he was called the King of Romance, his marriages ended badly. Barry White married his childhood girlfriend, Mary, at 19. The couple has 4 kids. Their connection deteriorated over time. Barry and Mary divorced in 1969. Barry rekindled his love with Love Unlimited singer Glodine James in 1974. They released Walkin' in the Rain with The One I Love after working together. Their chemistry went beyond music, leading to their 1974 marriage. The 1981 album, Barry and Glodine, showed their on-stage and off-stage partnership. They had 4 kids and were the perfect musical combo. However, music industry expectations and personal issues took their toll. Despite living apart, they never divorced when rumors of separation began in 1988. Glodine was Barry's sole executor until his 2003 death, working as his legal wife after over a decade apart. Barry was linked to Catherine Denton in his final years. This did not affect his formal marriage to Glodine James. Death Barry White was sick despite his great stage presence. Weight issues and other health issues wore him down over time. Barry White's health issues became apparent with age. Sandra, his half-sister, appeared in Autopsy. That Barry White suffered greatly in his final outings. He almost fainted after his last show, she said. Barry avoided medical attention despite these warnings. Sandra remembered his always tired state in their conversations. His obesity and health issues were catching up to him. Barry White struggled with weight, which harmed his health. His sickness deteriorated in 2003. His stroke severely impaired his speech and mobility. He also had high blood pressure and failing kidneys, requiring dialysis and perhaps a kidney transplant. He was too fragile for the transplant after the stroke. His daughter said that he had surgery in May 2003 to put a dialysis catheter in his arm, but his health declined. He had multiple seizures in his final weeks and battled his fading health. Barry White died of heart arrest at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles on July 4, 2003. His age was 58. His ashes were scattered in the ocean off California as a fitting memorial to a man who gave so much to the world. Legacy Barry White's music business effect endures despite his tragic end. He was posthumously praised for his soul and R&B work. He was inducted into the Dance Music Hall of Fame on September 20, 2004, for his impact on dance music. Barry White received a recording star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on September 12, 2013, his 69th birthday. This honor highlighted his legacy in music. Barry White's legacy lives on. In honor of his widow Glodine, Counting Cars rebuilt his last car. He left an indelible mark on music with his distinctive voice and magnificent orchestration. Barry White's voice, called The Walrus of Love by the BBC, was rich and smooth like chocolate fudge cake, an homage to its unique attributes. His voice and persona made him a music icon. Rolling Stone ranked Barry White 56th on its 200 Greatest Singers list in 2023, recognizing his ongoing impact. His music is timeless and lovely, earning this honor. After 11 nominations, Barry White won 2 Grammys for Staying Power at the 42nd Annual Grammy Awards in 2000. Barry White's career was unusual. He started singing and playing piano in church as a Watts juvenile delinquent. Despite having one of popular music's most unusual baritones, he started out as a producer and AANDR. Early in his career, he took risks and pushed boundaries. After switching from producer to performer, White's career changed. His huge body didn't stop him from becoming a sexualized celebrity during the disco period, which exalted sleek youth and fitness. He broke rules and became himself, which resonated internationally. White embodied urban music's ambitious grandeur, typical of the producer-turned-star. His elaborate arrangements, such as an 80-woman orchestra, showed his love of luxury. Barry White's influence went beyond music. His blend of orchestral orchestration and lyrical vocals revolutionized romantic and dance music. His beautiful, personal voice captivated listeners and set the romantic mood. White's deep, resonating music still evokes strong emotions. Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Babe, and You're the First, the Last, My Everything are timeless classics that new generations of fans love. Barry was linked to Catherine Denton in his final years. This did not affect his formal marriage to Claudine James. Barry White's complex legacy, especially his extensive family and asset inheritance, was shaped by this ailment. Barry White reportedly has 9 kids. He had 4 children with Mary and 4 with Claudine. He later recognized Denise Donnell, his 1962 Gertha Allen daughter. Barry helped Denise change her name to Denise White in 1988 when she discovered her biological father. Denise, who Barry treated like a family member, worked for him and used his homes and cars. Claudine was Barry White's legal wife and heir to his $20 million estate when he died abruptly in 2003. When Barry died, Catherine Denton, his partner, received no estate share. Large court battles and family disputes over the estate followed. Barry White's 9 children caused a major difficulty. Darrell White, Barry's son with Mary, sued Claudine in 2017 for denying him trust rights and nearly being homeless. Darrell said he was excluded from the inheritance notwithstanding Barry's wishes. Claudine mismanaged the estate and deprived him of his promised part, he said. Other people sued Claudine besides Darrell. His half-sister Denise complained similarly in 2016. Denise said Claudine had discouraged her from obtaining inheritance rights and promised her half of Barry's riches. Denise said estate payments became sporadic until 2015, harming her finances. Denise said that the White Family Trust stopped sending her checks and barred her from family events, including Barry White's annual birthday party on a chartered yacht. Denise's claims were detailed in the Los Angeles County Superior Court filing. She believed Claudine had clearly promised her a piece of the estate. The complaint listed dozens of White Family Trust payments to Denise over the past decade, including $100,000 in 2007 and $64,791 in 2008. Denise had almost $350,000, demonstrating her stake in Barry White's legacy. These payments stopped abruptly, leaving her in financial insecurity and causing her to demand a full accounting of the estate's earnings and pursue damages, a legal tactic that would lead to a protracted conflict. Barry White's legal issues went beyond his family. Catherine Denton, Barry's partner at the time of his death, sued for a share of his assets. Denton alleged that Barry had promised her money and personal possessions, which she now sought after his death. Denton had given birth to a daughter 4 weeks before Barry's sudden death, and insisted that Barry was the father, complicating this court battle. This was a personal declaration and a claim that might affect Barry White's vast holdings. If confirmed, her daughter's paternity might change the estate's finances. The cool, objective results of paternity testing resolved this claim. Barry White did not father Denton's child, according to testing. This revelation undermined her case, and she lost her legal bid, ending Barry White's posthumous scandal. Barry White's will, written 8 years before his connection with Denise, did not mention her, complicating proceedings and leaving her without a clear claim under the will. In the context of Barry White's music legacy, these disputes showed how difficult estate settlements can be, where emotions run high and personal relationships and legal entitlements blend. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you like. This look into Barry White's legal and familial issues. Please click the alert button to receive our latest information on music's greatest icons' legacies. Thanks for watching our video. If you like this deep dive into today's topic and want to see more fascinating material, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. We value your feedback, so please leave it below. See you next time for more thoughts and discussions. Keep exploring, learning, and sharing till then. Thanks for joining our community.